Hey YouTube, Rider0 here with a new review. Today we're going to be taking a look at SH Figuarts Shinken Red from Samurai Sentai Shinkenger, otherwise known as Shiba Takaru. Sorry about the horrible pronunciation there. This is the first release for a Sentai Figuart. I think they picked an excellent one to start with. I'm really anxious to see the rest of the line. I love Shinkenger and was really excited to get this figure. I actually got lucky and managed to get in on the very first pre-orders on AmiAmi. Just got the figure in a couple weeks ago, actually. As you can see there, I was able to get the first wave bonus Kuroko figure that came with it, which was really cool. I'm really digging the bonus stuff that comes with Figuarts here lately, including the Ankh that came with Tatoba, if you watched that review. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to take a look. We'll start with the boxes as always. We'll take a look at the box for Kuroko real quick just because there's not a lot to it. Basically, that's the figure right there. You see the entire thing. I have no idea what the text says there. Little description for Figuarts that are on all the boxes. It just says Samurai Sentai Shinkenger Kuroko on all the sides of it and the top. Some Japanese text. And then the back of it's kind of interesting there. You can actually cut that off or cut that up. And you can see there you can fold it in half and make the flags that they run out with for the Shinkengers, which if you watch the show, you pretty much know exactly what that is. Has the Shiba Clan logo on it there, which is really cool. I don't know if I'm going to worry about cutting that up because while the Kuroko is cool, it's not something that I figure will display very much. In fact, it'll probably end up back in the box. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at the box for Shinken Red, which is a really, really cool box. Like the last review with Tatoba, if you watch that, they've changed the style for the boxes, and I'm a huge fan of the way they're doing it now. I love these boxes. The Shinken Red right there in the gold text looks fantastic. You can see the Sentai logo there for Samurai Sentai Shinkenger, Bandai logo, etc. A nice shot of Shinken Red there that wraps around to the side, continuing that little gold, the pretty little gold stripe there. The logo there on the window, lots of stuff that you can see set up in the reflection. The top of the box says SH Figuart Shinken Red, Takaru Shiba. It does have the logo there for, it kind of looks like the origami actually, for fire, and then the Shiba Clan logo. It says Shinken Red there in an outline kind of text, I guess you'd call it. Same thing there on the side. It has his kanji symbol there that you see on his helmet. And then the back, as always, epic poses and descriptions and stuff. They kind of did this one different. Instead of it kind of looking like individual pictures, it all looks like it's just one shot, which is pretty cool. You can see him there holding the origami. Good shot there with the Rekka Daizanto. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I hope so. A pose there with the Shinken Maru, and then epic action pose as always. So we'll go ahead and set this in the background and use it for a background like always. I'll just move the camera. There's some transformers there. There we go. We'll go ahead and take a look real quick at the Kuroko that it comes with, the little bonus figure. That's more or less all it is. There's no articulation at all. The detailing on it looks pretty good. I mean, for what it is, you can see, some ripples in the clothing there. It looks, it looks pretty good. But other than that, I mean, that's really about all there is to it. It just sits there like that in the background, like it would after they, or while they're in the process of transforming. But, it's really cool that it came with it. If you had more of these to go along with the other Shinkengers, it would look really cool to have kind of like a big diorama with the, with the flags in the background and the Kurokos there. Something that, might be worth picking up some extras of those if you have the room to do it. Go ahead and set that off to the side, and we'll pull in the accessories real quick. I still have these in the package because there are some small pieces with the Shoto phone and the origami. He's actually holding one of the origami there. I've kind of got him in that pose, but you'll see that in a second. So we'll take a look real quick at the accessories. I think they're going to show up okay here. You can see the Shoto phone there. It is open in brush mode. The Shishi origami there, all opened up, looking all animal-like. Take a look at it from the back there. You can kind of see it a little better. And then for hands, it does come with a nice selection of hands. The Shinken Maru is up here, by the way. There's one of the grabby things hands. That, I believe, is a fist. Yeah, that's one of the fists. Actually, that's both fists right there. kind of like a splayed open. I think it's supposed to be, I really don't know, kind of like holding the origami when it's open, maybe. I really could be completely wrong. I don't know. The other holdy thing hand, that is the hand used for the brush mode. You can see how the fingers are kind of separated there, like you'd be holding a pencil, you know. And then another holding thing hand, I really don't know. I don't know. Another holding thing hand. I've had it posed pretty much the same since I got it. Which, you know, I actually kind of liked that pose on the bottom there. I thought it looked just kind of badass. He's like, suck it, bitch, what? So anyway, that's those. We'll go ahead and take a look at the biggest accessory that it comes with because I don't have him holding it. We'll take a look at the Rekka Daizanto. Hope I'm saying that correctly. No movement here on the handle, which was a little disappointing. I was hoping you'd be able to move it down, you know, like you see on the show where he's got it in the big huge blaster and, you know, the other discs go launching down here. The disc does actually spin though, which is cool, and it does pop off, if I'm not mistaken. And hopefully we don't break it. Yeah, the disc does pop off, so you could actually have him holding the disc, I guess. You could even roll it down here if you really wanted to. But yeah, still pretty neat though that it does pop off and it does spin. The detail work on this is excellent as always, especially compared to the figures that we just got for the American version of Power Rangers Samurai. Unfortunately, now nothing is going to hold a candle to what we got with the Figuart. So, if you like Power Rangers Samurai and you haven't ever watched Shinkenger, buy this because you won't be disappointed. So anyway, nice detail work here on the Rekka Daizanto. It does have the, you know, the big fire symbol there on the back as well. Nice molding detail there that you can see all throughout. You know, excellent paint applications. I didn't see a flaw on it at all. And just overall really cool. Even got the Shiba logo there that you can see. So we'll go ahead and set that aside, and we will take a look at the figure. Now, a lot of people were complaining about the figure, which we'll get into here in just a few minutes. But, you know, I haven't had any problems with it, and hopefully won't have any problems with it. But I guess we'll see. Gonna adjust the camera down here a little bit. Sit still. There we go. Excuse me. Excellent figure. I really am pleased with it. A couple little nitpicks, but nothing that would ever stop me from buying it. We'll go ahead and take a look at the detailing real quick, as always, which is what we usually start with. Focus. Excellent head sculpt. I'm really, really happy with the way that the head turned out. I'm glad it has that hot, glossy, you know, helmet look like all the other Rangers and Sentais have. I really should just say Sentais because Ranger helmets are based off these, so... you know, they did really good with the gloss look on the helmet. Looks really good. The sculpt for the fire kanji that's on his face looks excellent. Even on the origami there, he's trying to show it to you. He's like, see, check it out. Buy this. Nicely detailed all the way throughout though. Really nice work on the logo there for the Shiba Clan logo. It's got a raised kind of feel to it, just a tiny little bit. Excellent paint applications all throughout the figure. The only downside, I guess you could say, is that these are really simple looking figures because they all wear spandex, obviously, on the show. So there's not a whole lot of detailing to them. But for what they are, I think they look really good. You know, the boots look like actual boots. You know, they've kind of got the little wrinkled cloth sort of look to them down here at the bottom. Just, you know, just the little intricate details like that make them look so good. One thing I will warn you about, the legs do have a matte finish, and I don't know how to describe it, they kind of gloss over really easily. I accidentally scratched it one day while I was trying to pose it, and now it's got a big glossy streak down the leg, which you can't really see it in the light because it all looks shiny there, but just be careful if you're if you're moving that at all because it does scratch, and you know, you'll have one big streak that looks glossy down it. It does have the Shotophone here on the side. In the little belt pouch. It doesn't open. This doesn't come off that I know of. I'm not going to try really to do it. Let's see, what else? The belt, or the buckle, is nicely detailed. Not a whole lot of intricate detail work on the inside of it, but, you know, it looks good for what it is. The sword does come out, obviously. Get over there. It just kind of slides in there. You can see, you can see the little track on the holster there where it goes, and it just slides in there. No spin action, unfortunately, on the sword at all. But the sword has some very nice detail work on it. for as tiny as these are, these just look really good. I'm really happy with them. But of course, Figuarts hardly ever disappoint me unless they have loose joints like Skull, you bastard. But anyway, nice detail work on these. Even down at the bottom of at the base of the handle there, you can see the Shiba logo. So really cool. Let's see, what else can we say? Oh, we'll get to the articulation real quick, just because that's pretty much it as far as the detail goes. It just, overall it's a really nice, simple-looking figure, and sometimes simple is good. I think it looks great. Articulation-wise, that's where some people were having some problems because... Oh, wait a minute, before we get into that, let me go ahead and get my little nitpick out of the way. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but you can see the little shoulder piece right there. It's a darker red compared to the rest of the actual, I don't want to say armor because it's not, but we'll call it the suit. You can kind of see it a little better there, but this is a lot darker, especially up close. It's really noticeable. It's a lot darker than the rest of the red that's on the figure. But other than that, I mean, there's really not that much of a hindrance or a negative to the figure that would stop me from buying it. So now, let's get to the articulation. Head movement is excellent. It has two independent joints. So of course, the head's on a ball joint itself, and then the neck actually moves, all the way around. It's on its own ball joint. The shoulders, they are on a ball joint as well, and the dark red part, let me show it on camera here. It does have full 180 movement. Now, some people were complaining about that. Apparently, there's some problems with the joints where they can break really easily. I haven't had any problems. I haven't moved mine a whole lot, so just be careful if you are moving it. If you hear popping and snapping and it sounds like it's going to break, it's probably a good sign to stop, and you should not move it any further. But this does actually move independently. There's another joint there raising it up and down. You can do, see, like that. That's scary sounding. It does go, it does have full 360 movement. Double jointed elbow, as always. That's one of the hands that I forgot to show. That's the origami holding hand to show it off there. It's like, hey, I got this. It's pretty cool, right? Ball joint for the wrist, as always. Same thing on this side. The legs, same thing. They go up and down independently. Then it's on its own ball joint there. Double jointed knees, toe movement, and then the ankles on a ball joint as well. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. And that's really about it for the figure, actually. I mean, like I said, it's a really nice figure. I think it was a really good representation for the first Sentai Figuart. I was really happy with it. I hope they continue to do more. Stand up, Takaru. There we go. Focus. There we go. So anyway, I think it was a really good representation for Figuarts for the first ever Sentai figure. I hope they continue to do more. I hope that the Shinken line sells well, so they'll move on to other Sentai. Because the day that they do a Dragon Ranger from Zyuranger is the day that I'll be happy. And I probably won't be happy until they ever do that, as far as Sentai Figuarts go. So, overall, great figure. If you're a fan of Shinkenger, it's a definite buy. If you're a fan of Power Rangers Samurai, it's a definite buy. I actually picked up one of these for a good friend of mine who's never bought a Figuart at all. And I convinced him that this was the figure to get rather than buying the American versions, and he listened to me for a change. So, overall, it's definitely a good figure, a nice selection of accessories. Great little bonus there that it comes with the Kuroko figure, and great figure overall. So definitely pick it up if you can find it. It's definitely worth it. That'll about do it for this one. As always, check out ridersrangersandrambles.com. I do have a Twitter feed up now, finally. You can check me out at twitter.com/riderzero, Facebook, all that good stuff now. So please continue to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Spread the word. Thanks to everybody that's currently subscribed, and hopefully we'll get some more going pretty soon. So that's going to do it. Until next time, take care, I should say. Don't take Gare, because I don't know who Gare is. But take care and have a good one.